Yo, 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 what is going on, people? Now, I know this is kind of impromptu. I was supposed to start doing this in 2 weeks, being on Wednesdays. You guys know we do the Double XP podcast with myself, Mr. Nickodemus X, Mamacita, and Crunk Girl. And we know that you guys know that is a bi-weekly episode. So starting next week, I was supposed to do these midweek little things, talking with you guys one-on-one, sort of in a way Kal-El from TiC Podcast does his super pod shots. I'll be coming at you guys right smack in between Double XP episodes. While we're speaking on Double XP, before I really get going, if you guys look in the description below, you guys see we do have our the Inner Circle Patreon up and running. One of the things on the Patreon is a Double XP After Dark show that you will get that along with 2 other shows, and we call it the TiC at Night shows. So make sure you guys hit the Patreon down below. Go support. I believe we're under the $7 tier. If you don't want to jump in there, if we have a $2 tier, you guys can win $20 every month. So $2 can win you 20. But go in the comment section. I'm sorry, in the description, and check out the Patreon. Check out what we have to offer for you guys. Like I said, one of the things is the 2XP After Dark. It's some stuff you guys do not want to miss. I promise you. Last thing before no, bro. I'm not gonna jump in. I'm not gonna jump into that. I'm gonna go ahead and get the ball rolling. So Xbox One XL seems to be a big well, I guess I'm sorry, I gotta update it. I guess the Xbox One pre-order seems to be a big deal going around in gaming. We all know Amazon, the Microsoft Store, and other places are pretty much sold out of the pre-order. And so a lot of people are running with this, and this is great, this is amazing, which I think at the end of the day, it really is. But a lot of people are playing devil's advocate by saying, well, they only had, Amazon could have only had 500 Xbox One X's, Walmart could only have had, 200, whatever the case may be, which I kind of find that a bit of a stretch. That's somewhat of a downplay, but at the same time, I don't think they had 50,000 in stock that they just went out and just sold out within a moment of days. I think that's illogical thinking. At the same time, thinking they had 50 units, 60 units is extremely logical thinking. I think at the end of the day, when this console releases, even though it is at a $500 price point, which hurts its selling power, I still think it will sell fairly well. I do believe it will help the Xbox take November. It's going to be tough sledding. Mario Odyssey, and plus we all know PlayStation is constantly dropping games left and right. So it's going to be tough sledding to deal with, a possible PS4 Pro price. That's going to be huge. If the PS4 Pro has a $50 price cut, because we all know that the Horizon Zero Dawn DLC drops November 7th. And I got a feeling we're going to see a Horizon Zero Dawn bundled console, right? Something like that. But if the PS4 Pro has a $50 price cut or $25 price cut, they will put a bit of a dent in what the Xbox One is. You got to think about it. A $500 console or a $375 console. People like, a lot of people really haven't. Even yes, we've seen the things, the Rise of the Tomb Raider clip. We saw that. And that kind of gives you a gauge on how much more powerful this console is, how much more games will look that much more better on the Xbox. But to a lot of people, they really haven't really seen the difference. It's one thing to go on YouTube, and if people don't have a phone or a computer that can show it in 4K, they're not really seeing the difference. So what they're going to look at is price point. Where is my better value? I think the initial sales we're going to get from the Xbox One X will be from the hardcore fan base. Most people who buy the Xbox One X originally will be people who already own a OG Xbox or Xbox One X. So you're looking at, how can Sony counteract, the amount of Xbox One X sales to sell more PS4. And I thought that's blowing your mind. I think they can sell more PS4s, right? But to sell more PS4s, and not only the PS4, but the PS4 Pro. Because that is the Xbox One X competition, regardless of what that manager at Microsoft has said. Don't compare us to the Pro, compare us to a high-end PC. Completely asinine. The PS4 Pro is your competition. So a 375 PS4 Pro will kind of put a damper on what the Xbox One X is doing. But I do think at the end of the day, I think the word of mouth is sort of helping. I think hearing that it's being sold out, you know, all over the place is helping. You know, when people hear selling out, they really want to go buy one as soon as there's one available. You know, I'm out here in Texas, and as soon as people heard it was gas running out, everybody ran to fill their gas tank up as quick as they could. When people hear running out, they go out and get it. So I really think that will help a lot. I really think that'll help a lot. So I think people should kind of chill out, stop focusing on Michael Pachter so much. This guy has been known to pull things out of his ass. He's known to say stuff to bring himself notoriety. He's known to say stuff to keep the pot stirred up. I think everyone on both sides, if you hype for this, you don't care about it, I think you should wait and see how this console does, because it's making you guys act a little crazy. Honestly, which you guys have been acting crazy. But I do think, my last point on this, like I said before, I do think it will sell fairly well. And I hope people go out and buy it. Myself personally, I am not buying an Xbox One X day one. And the reason why, because I don't feel like I need to. I have my Xbox One S, my Xbox One, my OG. I sold it. I didn't need 2 Xboxes anymore. I got my PS4. I'm kind of content right now. Now next year is a different case, because there will be a bundled, you know, Xbox One X, a themed Xbox One X that I will like, you know, that I will get to. This one of my biggest regrets about buying an Xbox One day one, the original, was I seen all these themed consoles come out there, and I was like, I'm still with this ugly black piece of shit. Like I was a little salty about that. So my thought process right now is just to wait until there's a bundle or a theme bundle that I'm really looking forward to Xbox One X. And I'm also getting a PS4 Pro next year, and I will buy another Switch, possibly. Not 100% sure, possibly. And it's only if they add the things I want them to add. So one thing I want to talk about with you guys, and I talked about on Twitter, is my disdain or disgust with the Xbox games this generation not getting sequels. Now, this could change. I always reserve the right to be wrong. And everything I do, I reserve the right to be wrong. Okay? So this could change. I could be saying this, and next week, Phil could come out and say, all right, Sunset Overdrive 2 is in production, whatever case may be, right? So that could happen. But as of right now, Xbox One X games this year are not getting sequels. Now, I know there's people going to point out Ori, which is Ori. The first Ori was an amazing, and I'm so glad it's getting a sequel, right? So yes, Ori is the exception. People are gonna say State of Decay 2. You gotta realize State of Decay, the first one, was a 7th generation game. It was not an 8th generation game. Yes, it was ported over and remastered for the 8th gen. It was a 7th gen game. So State of Decay 2 getting State of Decay getting a part 2 doesn't really fall into my Xbox games is 8th gen getting sequels. And one reason I brought this up is because Knack 2 just released. Knack, fucking Knack. The first Knack is sort of a million, but it's not like it was. That's just absolutely amazing. It was released at a dry time. It was one of the launch games, so a lot of people bought it. But the reviews for are bad. A lot of people that I know played it didn't really enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying nobody enjoyed it, but most people I talked to, they played the game, they really did not enjoy the game. And we still got a Knack 2. And there's one thing I always say about Sony, and Sony does an amazing job with this. They will, if there's a big enough subsection of people, not a lot, not the grand scheme of people, but if there's a big enough subsection of people who want a game, Sony will make that game. You know what I mean? Look at The Last Guardian. It was delayed, never canceled, but it came out. So we got a Knack 2, and it's better in the Metacritic. I want to say it's sitting around 70, 71. Now, the original was in the 50s. And the subsection of people who were excited about Knack 2 went out and bought Knack 2, and they're enjoying themselves playing Knack 2. And I'm wondering, why can't these Xbox games get the same treatment? And one of the big kicker is Knack is a first-party studio. Unless I'm wrong, somebody let me know in the comment section. I believe Knack is owned by Sony. And so some of the better games I feel for the Xbox generation, Sunset Overdrive, owned by Insomniac. Rise 2, owned by Crytek. Quantum Break, that's owned by, God dog it. You guys know what I'm talking about. I right tip of my tongue. I'm gonna think about it right when I get off this thing. I'm gonna end up going to Google. You know what? Let's Google this while we're talking. Let's Google this while we. And I'm gonna feel so stupid once I see it. But yes, Quantum Break is not owned by Microsoft as well. Remedy, there it is, Remedy. Quantum Break is owned by Remedy. So that's one of the bigger issues on why we're not seeing these Xbox titles getting, getting sequels is number one, Microsoft they don't own the IP, so these companies may decide it's not worth it for them. And I want to say Sunset Overdrive, Insomniac at one point, and you guys can look this up if you guys think I'm full of it. Insomniac at one point was like, we're waiting for Microsoft to give us the call. We're gonna make this game. We can make this game with or without Microsoft. And that's when Phil split the phone, like, my bad, Insomniac. I was taking the shit. My stomach hurt, got a boo-boo. But yeah, let's make this happen. And we know it's not happening now. It's not production now because Insomniac is off making or working on Spider-Man for PS4. And I can't wait to play Spider-Man on PS4. But that's Sunset Overdrive is one of the games where it didn't sell extremely crazy. I want to say it just sold over 1 million, right? It ended up going games for gold. But Sunset Overdrive is one of the most underrated games of generation. One of the most funnest experience I've had. Funnest, yeah, that's right. It's a word. One of the most fun experiences I've had this generation, and it deserves a sequel. If you guys have played Sunset Overdrive 2, the way it ended and set itself up perfectly for a sequel. Quantum Break did as well, but I don't know if Remedy's gonna go down that road. One of the things I'm thinking is if these companies like Remedy, if they don't plan to do a Quantum Break again, they just give Microsoft IP and let Microsoft go and do something with it. But we have to start getting sequels. At the same time, a lot of people have the same sentiment as me, didn't go out and buy the game. I pretty much bought every Xbox exclusive this generation. Hell, I even bought Halo Wars 2. I never put it in my console, but I bought it. I bought it and I ended up gifting it to somebody because I was like, I don't really think I'm gonna play this. But the key is that I bought this by every Xbox game this generation. So yes, I can complain there are no sequels because I actually went out and spent money on these games, and I think some of these games do deserve a sequel. If Knack can get a sequel, these Xbox games get a sequel. Yes, Ori 2, amazing. Yes, I'm so happy about the first Ori, was great. State of Decay. Yes, that's cool, but State of Decay, we all know is a 7th generation game. It's not an 8th generation game. I mean, we get plenty of sequels to Gears, Halo, Forza. I'm not doing a whole shtick. The whole Xbox only has Halo, Gears, and Forza, but those games are getting sequels and game after game after game. But I want to see, but there is one game that I truly believe Microsoft likes, and they will make a sequel to, and that's ReCore. ReCore is one of those games where it didn't get great reviews. They did do the ReCore Definitive Edition, which I have not fired up yet, which I need to. I actually kept my physical copy. I got this popping in. It's a free update if you guys didn't know. They did do ReCore Definitive Edition, and it's absolutely free for those who did not. For those who it's free for those who already have the game, right? And that's unlike Ori. Ori got a Definitive Edition, but you have to pay like $10. Or it's like $5 or $10. Even if you already owned the game, it wasn't a free update. So I thought that was a great move by Microsoft to give ReCore a big free update. It took those load times down by like 75–80%. They added the core bot, they added new levels. When you in the tower at the very end, you don't have to go to the tower, then leave, go back, explore the world, get the cores. If you're already in, you can go all the way up to the top. I thought that was a pretty cool. So I think them doing that, I mean, yeah, it could be a show of goodwill by saying, hey, we know we released a broken-ass game, a game that's missing a core bot that's on the cover, a game we know that's giving you guys countless amount of issues, horrible pop-ins, load times. It could be a show of good faith, right? Hey, we messed up. Here's the game, how it should have been released. Go out and have fun. But I honestly believe we will at some point see a ReCore 2. That is one of the few games I see realistically happening besides Sunset Overdrive 2. Like I said, Remedy is off doing the whole multi-plat thing. Remedy was never a Microsoft studio, but they pretty much only worked with Microsoft. And we all know Remedy is out making a multi-plat game now, which is not Quantum Break 2. It could possibly be Alan Wake 2, which is weird because that's what they wanted to make, but Microsoft wanted them to make Quantum Break 2. Mike says Ori was free for a short time. It could have been. Like you might be 100% right. I have no recollection of that. I definitely have to go Google. My apologies if I did give you guys some false information. Or it might have been free at one point. I just remember it being $10. But shout out to Mike. Shout out to Crunk. Mike and EXP for being inside the chat. But to get back to my point, yes, I do feel like we will get a Recoil 2. And Recoil wasn't a bad game, right? It just had issues. It had issues that could have been moved past. They didn't have to have those issues, right? They could have delayed Recoil. I know people want to hear delay, but Recoil is one of the games where it should have been delayed. I think Recoil, a lot of people would have been more in line with Recoil, because a lot of people said it was empty and it was missing some stuff, but this is a type of game that can be built on. You can build on top of Recoil. You know, they have and I want to say Microsoft actually owns the Recoil IP, right? Kind of reverting back to the whole situation with NAC. The reason we got a NAC 2, you know, Sony, you know, owns the IP to NAC. NAC is a first-party studio, and Microsoft owns the rights to Recoil. So I think out of all the games, I know people really want to Rise to. I don't know what's happening with Crytek. They broke. They ain't got no money. And people can say, Microsoft, go buy Crytek, go buy the studio. Xbox doesn't have a blank check, people. They don't. Microsoft has given Xbox a budget, and they have to stick to that budget. So it is what it is. But like I said, I do think we'll get a Recoil 2, not a Rise 2. I don't think that's ever happening. I don't think Quantum Break 2 is ever happening. I do think Sunset Overdrive at some point is happening, and I'm really looking forward to that. Let's move on to my next thing I want to talk to you guys about, and that is the hype that is behind Destiny 2. Everyone's excited for Destiny 2. Oh my God, let's go out and play Destiny 2. Let's party up. Let's do this, cruise, but do this and do that. Do the same thing we did when we spent $200 over the last 3 years. Destiny 2 is set to finesse all of y'all again. You can call me a hater all you want. I'm not a big fan of Destiny, honestly. And from what I've seen for Destiny, I know hands-on over opinions, right? You know, personal experience over opinions. Yes, I get it. But what I've seen, I'm about to hate on Destiny 2. I'm about to hate on the Crunk. From what I've seen from Destiny 2, it looks like an expansion, another expansion from Destiny 1, from the first Destiny. Y'all get to listen, think about this. You guys have paid, you guys who have bought it, you paid $60 for the base game. Do you guys know how much the base game? Let's screen share for a moment. All right, let's screen share. Let's screen share. Here we go. Okay. Okay, GameStop. Oh no. We're going too far ahead, right? So Destiny released September 9th, 2014. So we go to GameStop, and I got Downlight here for a reason. And let's go Destiny, right? Let's search Destiny, the base game, which was released in 2014. So we got it. So let's go lowest price, right? Destiny PS4 pre-owned, $2.97. And that's actually gone up a little bit with the release of the first Destiny, right? I am not lying. It was a lot cheaper than this when I first looked it up like last week, right? It was like $1.97, right? So your $60 game is now worth $2.97. So you're gonna say, "Oh, Fame, you motherfucker, you full of crap! It's a 3-year-old game. Fame, of course, is gonna be, you know, dirt cheap and not cost much to play." Look at the game. Listen, GameStop about their money, right? So GameStop is trying to make as much as they can, right? So they're not giving you much for. I want to say, you know, let's look. I do this on my phone. I'm trying to look at trade values, right? So we know if you buy it pre-owned, you ain't finding the news, $2.97. So let's go trade values. Look for games. Let's type in there. Let's say, I got Destiny 3 years later. You know, Destiny is a Destiny 2. 2 of 18. So it gotta be in here, right? All right, Destiny PS4 or Xbox, whatever. You can't get. They won't give you a penny for it. They're selling it for $3. They won't give you a penny, which makes tons of sense, right? So the reason I had Dying Light on here, because Dying Light was released in 2014 as well, right? It's a 2014 game, and I can search through a lot of 2014 games as well, right? So Dying Light PS4, $24 pre-owned right now, right? So and this is the base game. It's not the enhanced edition, which is $27. The base game, $24. think about this. A lot of people bought the original Destiny day one $60. They bought each expansion was, I could be wrong here, guys. Let me know. Each expansion for Destiny was no less than 20, no more than 40. Am I right? Somebody let me know if I'm wrong. So if you pay $60, and we're going to meet myself in the room, I'm going to say 30. And it was like, what, 4 expansions? So 30 and 4, it's $120. Plus those 60, that's $180. You guys spent $180 in total for the first Destiny. And Bungie ain't the only ones to do this finesse. 2K be finessing too. They be getting dudes for $140, $150 each year. This when they first bought the game, they spent another $50, $60 on VC. So 2K is finessing folks as well. But Destiny out here with these expansions. So you guys went out and bought this $60 game that's going to be worth $5 that I can go out next year or year and a half and get for $5. It's folks, Crunk Girl, for example. She ended up buying everything, all expansions, everything for first Destiny for like $40. You're gonna say, oh, well, Destiny 2 was great to come out and all that stuff. No, man, I remember seeing that sale. That sale was out for at least a full year. A full year before Destiny 2 dropped, right? So if you really looking at you playing games, if you really playing games like that, you ain't worried about how late you jumped in it, because you jumped in it and you got everything. You paid $40 and this joke over it paid $200. And after he bought that last expansion, his total hit $200. Now Destiny 2 from the drop, you got another $60. So you're looking at $240 just on Bungie's first 2 games, not being underneath Microsoft. You got $240. Then they finna hit y'all asses with 4 more expansions for at least $30. Hell no. Hell no. I ain't ever buying into this nonsense. I'll never dip into this practice. I only buy 2. I said 2K bad too. You don't see me buying 2K games? I don't really buy 2K no more. Okay, I bought last 2K I bought was like 2014. I ain't buy no VC. I bought the base game. I did not. It was it 14 or 15? Whatever, whichever one Spike Lee did, right? For the story. That's the last one I actually bought, right? I ain't buying no VC. I bought the base game. I did the story. I went online. I played franchise, and that was it. Out of there, gone. I ain't even said let them rate me in my pocket, and that's what Destiny doing to y'all, man. People don't realize they really just throwing money at 2K. This 2K they got coming. Yeah, the 2K coming. Look, okay. So it was 2015. Good look. Crunk know about us sports, man. Shout out to Crunk, one of the co-hosts on the 2XP podcast. And before I keep going, while I got you guys, if you guys look at the very first thing in the description, the Patreon is up for TiC Network. We do have a show, 2XP After Dark, that is on one of the tiers. It is one of the funniest things you guys will ever listen to. It is an amazing show. We've already recorded the first episode. It is up. It is absolutely amazing. You guys will not want to miss one of our TiC at Night shows. And also $2 will win you 20. One of our second tiers, for $2 a month, you get a chance in a raffle to win $20. Right? So that's a hell of an investment. Kind of, you guys won't be disappointed to that. And then the 2XP After Dark is one hell of an investment. I want to go ahead and plug that in there while folks is in here listening. All right, what the fuck? Isn't the common sense games get cheaper a year later? What are you talking about? Okay, so I just a screen share again. SMSWPS. I'm not trying to come out disrespectful, right? Because I don't disrespect folks who take their time to click and watch my videos, right? So I mean this as most respect as possible. So please take it there, right? So I just did the whole thing. I pulled up Downlight, and I can pull up a bunch of other games that didn't greatly depreciate in value, like the Destiny base game is, right? The base Destiny game is worthless. And so if everybody run out and buy another base Destiny game, worthless. If you spend another $60 on the base game, you are losing. You are absolutely losing. The base game for Destiny 1, and I guarantee you for 2, will be worthless in a year to 2 years. Yes, there are other games that were released at the same time as the first Destiny, and they're not worthless as the first Destiny base game is. The base game in the first Destiny gets you nothing, nowhere. There really not really even a story to the freaking game. It's worth it. I brought up an example of Dying Light 2 still has worth. I'm sorry, Dying Light, the first game still has worth. I believe Bayonetta 2 released in 2014, unless I'm wrong. Bayonetta 2 has, hell, Alien Isolation has more worth than a base Destiny game. And there are a lot of games that they're released in 2014 that have a lot more worth than the base Destiny game. So yes, it is common knowledge that games decrease in value. All games depreciate, yes, but a game shouldn't depreciate this damn much like Destiny did. And that's why I tell people, they finesse people, buying the base game is worthless, because if you're not prepared to spend $200 on Destiny 2, you're wasting your time. Nintendo games don't, you mean depreciate? Yeah, that's true. Nintendo games are expensive, right? But to my point, if you don't, if you, we saw Destiny, like you got to tell yourself right then and there, all right, I'm gonna spend $200 on this game, because you have to. You won't get the full experience paying $60 with Destiny. You will never get the full experience with the best game, with the base game. So be prepared to spend $200 or don't do it. Yeah, Destiny on Xbox still hasn't got all this, and that's a damn shame. How you gonna release the second iteration of your franchise and you didn't even put out everything on the first franchise? It happened to all games at the price we to be gamers, huh? Monkey D20, it happens to all games at the price we to be gamers. It's the same with console. I don't think you understand what I'm saying, brother. So I'm maybe you guys want to go back and listen to it again, but Destiny is a finesse. Destiny was a finesse. Destiny 2 will be a finesse. I encourage you guys, if you're not ready to spend $200 on this game, don't run out and buy this game day one. Don't go out and buy it digitally day one, because then you pretty much you stuck with it, right? You can't get rid of it before the value goes out, before you realize, you know what, I'm not prepared to spend 180 plus for this game, because that's what you need to actually get the full Destiny experience. If you're going out and you got this base game and you grinding and you loving it and you playing so much and you got the highs you can get, and then the expansion comes out, you're like, whoa, wait a minute, I ain't got $40 right now. Then another expansion comes out, whoa, wait a minute, another $40 right now. If you ain't buying that, guess what? You're getting left behind. You're getting left behind because you can't do, oh, well, I ain't buying the expansion, I'm gonna keep playing the base game. They're gonna make level caps that you can't get to. They're gonna make weapons you can't get to. They're gonna be maps you can't get to. It's levels you can't get to, with things you can't get because you did not go out and buy the expansion. I'm just saying. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys for rocking with me today. This has been a double XP off week episode 1. I'll be doing this in between. Let's remind you guys, double XP episode 34 does air next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time. Make sure you guys go in the description down below and check out our Patreon. Make sure you guys join our Patreon, man. Even every dollar counts, right? So if you guys do the first here, which is $1 showing support, every dollar counts. You know, we're doing a lot of things out here, bringing you guys a lot of interviews. We're going to a lot of different events that we get into. Every dollar you guys give us, we truly appreciate it. Make sure you guys go and check it out. Figure out which tier is best for you, and let me know on Twitter if you joined the Patreon, man. At me on Twitter, and I will make sure you get the praise you deserve. All right. This is Fame Entertainment from TiCGN.com. You guys have a great one, and I'm out.